Good morning. I'm just going to take a quick second to share this over in my Facebook community, The Lightwalkers Path. If you're not a member already, then you should. It's a nice place to kind of hang out. Let's see if it's going to show up on the app. And of course, it's going to be wonky because why would we make this easy on me, right? I only do it every single week. Let me just get this started. Okay. So that is shared. I can give you my undivided attention. Sorry about that. I am Serena Myers, if you don't already know me. And each week I like to come on and give you an idea of the energies that are afoot. Now, a lot of people will do this astrologically, which is a wonderful way to do it. Some people do it numerologically. Trying to get my mouth around all those syllables. I like to actually just ask my angels and guides. And so I usually start off by pulling an oracle card using whatever deck is either handy or that I have been guided to grab. And I like to tune in and find out what messages the angels and guides have for us for this week. Now, the beautiful thing about energy is that it's not linear. It happens across all times, all dimensions. It's just very, very, very fluid in every single way. And so if you're stumbling across this video and it's not this week, the week of May 25th, 2020, maybe it's 3 weeks, 3 months, 3 years from now, there might still be something here for you. So I do really encourage you to take a moment and listen, even though it's on a different schedule. Okay, so let's just take a moment here and tune in. And the message that we most need to bring forward this week is it's you. Okay, wonderful. Okay, so this week I'm pulling, this card is from Kyle Gray's Keepers of the Light deck, and this is Cernunnos. Now, if you're thinking, wow, that is a horny dude, you would be absolutely right. So Cernunnos is a fertility god. And while, yes, sometimes it has to do with literal procreation, a lot of times what it has to do with is birthing things into the world. So it's creativity, it is making things with your hands, it's baking, it's all different things that are these productive acts of creation. I also find that he's really aligned with the energies of the second chakra. So if you're familiar with the chakra system, the second chakra is our sacral. And so our sex and our sexuality is there, but there's also our ability to create. It's a big energy source for us. And so those are the energies that we are stretching into this week. Now, that's actually not surprising given the things that are happening around the world right now. We are in a place where quarantine is slowly being lifted. People are starting to get back into their everyday lives, but because things aren't all back to business as usual, we have to find innovative ways to exist in the world so that we're kind of bridging that gap between how things were and how they are right now. And so that energy of Cernunnos is coming to us to be really creative, really innovative, to think outside the box and to try different things. But like I said, he is also really tied to sex and sexuality. So if we think about those areas of our life, about what we're creating, how we are connecting with ourselves, with other people, those are the things that we are being encouraged to do this week. So how does that play into the bigger picture? We are in a state, what they're showing me, we are in a state where the slate has been wiped, not all the way clean, but cleaner. And because we had the message they had been giving for the last several months even has been about how all the systems that we were operating in, all these structures have come down. And so we are needing to find new ways to exist in society. We can't go back to doing things the way we were always doing them. That wasn't working. Pardon me. Oh, that came out so strong. I had to sneeze. The things that we were doing weren't working. And so now we are in this space where we're saying, okay, what is the world that we want to exist in? What does that look like? How do I show up in it? How do I engage with other people? And this is important because we don't have to do things the way we always did them. That wasn't working. We're in this place where we do have nothing but possibility in front of us. So the invitation that we have this week is to start getting really willing to dream big, to dream up what our utopian society looks like, how we can show up in the world, how we can impact others, how we can connect, how we can do things in the way that maybe we'd always said, wouldn't it be nice if? But because the other systems that we lived in before were so strict and so rigid, there wasn't really a lot of room for dreaming about the other or something different. And we are now in that space. We have now stretched into this, like I said, not blank slate, but blanker slate, where things have been wiped partially clear. Now that means there might still be things that need to be cleared. We still have work to do. But we are now in the place where we can start to think about what's possible, where we can tune in and see what would feel really good, so that we're not just doing the same old, which wasn't feeling fulfilling and obviously isn't working anymore. And so now this is your invitation to start dreaming, to start thinking. We've just come upon a new moon, which is all about that same kind of energy about like, what do I want? What do I want to invite in? How can I call all of this forward to me? And so now we're getting to do that on a global level. So start thinking now. Tune into what would feel really good. How do you want to show up in the world? And what do you actively want to create? This is not a time for, surrendering the steering wheel. This is not a time for taking the back seat. You are being called to actively co-create your life and to be a contribution to the bigger rebirth of the planet. So how do you want to show up in that way? That's for you to noodle on for this week. We will be back next week with another energy forecast and the energies going forward. But until then, I am sending you so much love and magic always. Okay, take care.